Hey there, everyone keeps asking me, is there a perfect time to buy a home? Maybe rates will drop, maybe markets will crash. Who knows? Stay tuned and we'll talk about how the market is changing today. All right, I'm Marc Bushee, the man of real estate, living large in Fargo. If you watched my July market report, you would have heard that the market is starting to shift. Is now the right time to buy? We're seeing indications that show us that there's signs of going back to 2019 inventories. Prices are starting to stabilize. And we think this is probably one of the best opportunities we're gonna have for buyers in a number of years actually to buy a house. The market is rebalancing. So what does that mean? For the last few years, it's been really tough for buyers, especially during a couple of years during COVID. We saw multiple offers, we saw price increases. We were having a tough time getting inspections done or any repairs done in the houses. We saw 10, 20, 30 offers on houses, and this is what really caused the house prices to rise. And what we're seeing is not a market crash, we're seeing a rebalance in the market. And that means that we have more inventory and things are shifting a little bit away from being a seller's market, not fully to a buyer's market, but somewhere in the middle. We're seeing more inventory coming online and we're just seeing more options for buyers. So it's not such a struggle to find a house and get an offer accepted. Negotiating power returns. In this balanced market, we're seeing that the buyers are getting some more negotiating power that we haven't seen for quite a few years. I'm kind of comparing this market back to 2019, right before COVID hit. So what we're seeing is you can ask for lower prices on houses, get a little bit of price reduction. You can get some seller concessions, get some closing costs covered there. It's no problem getting an inspection done now. And if you find actual problems with the property, the sellers will get those inspections done for you. So right now, it's a little better time to get in the market and buy a house. It's not a competition with all these other people. We're really seeing the market like it was about 6 years ago. So it's back to, if you've been on the fence here, now may be time to get out there and maybe consider buying a house. Interest rates and opportunities. So we're still seeing interest rates, in the low to mid sixes, let's put it there. My last client that got approved just now was at 6.65. I've seen rates around 6 to 6.25, but that's pretty rare. So what does that mean? Right now, the rates are pretty stable, but economists, including a lot of different real estate coaches I listen to and follow, are kind of making predictions here that there might see some kind of reduction very soon. We kind of need it because the economy is struggling a bit. We're seeing us, have all this inflation for the past 4 years. Home prices shot up, and now we got rates higher, so it's making it tough for buyers to get out there. What I'm telling people, now you may have heard this, and if you've heard it numerous times, you might get sick of it, but we say, date the rate, marry the house. And what that means is you're gonna have the house for a long time, so you're gonna marry the house. The rate is temporary. It may go up, it may go down, it may stay stable for a while. But if you get a house now before all the competition comes in, you have a better chance of getting a house secured. And if the rates ever drop, you can always reduce that rate. If the rates do come down, even a half point like they're predicting, that's gonna bring millions of buyers back online here to buy houses. There's a lot of people that are close to getting qualified, they just can't quite afford it. If those rates come down to 6 or even high 5s, a lot of people are gonna be flooding the market here. So I think right now is a great opportunity to get out in front of that. Find the house you want now, get it negotiated, lock in the rate, lock in the price. And then when rates change, if they do, you have the opportunity to go back and change those rates and get what you wanted. So might be a really opportune time to go buy a house. Why waiting can cost you. As I just mentioned, if rates come down, if things change in the market, we're gonna bring millions of buyers back online here looking to buy houses. And I really, really think this is a very similar time as we saw with COVID. When COVID came along, the rates dropped to about 3%, and we had quarantine in the same week. It was back in March of 2020. And at first, no one knew what was gonna happen. I personally was looking to buy my own house and actually held off because I didn't know what was happening in the world. Would I have a job anymore? Can I still be a real estate agent? So I didn't know, so I held off on buying a house. Looking back, it turns out all of my clients that bought houses in that March, April, May, June, July of that first year when COVID hit, they got in before the house prices shot up and they got the new rates that were 3% or less. And they saw so much appreciation in their houses. I've already sold a number of their houses, my clients that bought during that time. And we saw like really serious, increase in home values there. I own rentals as well, and my properties that I own since COVID have increased in value significantly. And I think we're in a similar situation where we can get ahead of it now while there's no competition or less competition, and get in there, secure the house, and get the rate we have now. If it changes, great, refinance your house. If they go up, great, you'll be happy you got it, locked in right now. But the key is you're going to get ahead of the curve, get ahead of that competition, and get the house you want now for the price you want and the terms you want. All right, so here's the big takeaway. I have been talking to so many buyers that are on the fence waiting. They're just waiting for that perfect situation. They're waiting for the rates to drop. They're waiting for the market to crash. All the data says now that some of those things are indicating that now may be the time to buy. We're seeing the economists are now predicting some rates might drop a bit. We're definitely seeing more inventory on market. Sales have slowed. There's less competition. And now it just might be that perfect time to get out there. So if you are looking to buy a house, I would love to meet up with you if you're local here, or if you're not local, we can do a Zoom call. I do a buyer consult, which is basically think of it like a one-on-one home buyer class. We're going to sit down for about an hour, and we're going to go through a list of here's the steps of buying a home. Here's some of the costs involved with your closing costs and appraisals and inspections, that kind of thing. We'll go discuss all the different steps there, what everything means, and then we'll answer all of your questions. And we'll go through the process of finding out what it is you want and what you need in the house. We'll make a list of everything, and I set up a search for you, and we start getting that search houses sent out to you. And when you're ready and you're qualified, you can go look at houses. I think it's a great time. I really do think that there's a lot of indicators saying now is the time to get out there, get ahead of it, and like I said, get the home you want with the terms you want before things change and we got all this competition again. So don't wait. Give me a call. Put a message down below there that you're interested in having a buyer consult. We'll get you taken care of and we'll get you in a house. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching this episode here. If you found this helpful or the information useful, I would love it if you can like and subscribe. And if you'd like to put a comment down below about this video, or if you have any questions, maybe we'll feature one of your questions in the next video here. Just put a comment down below and I'll take a look at it and we'll see what we can do for you. Until next time, I'm Marc Bushee, the man of real estate, living large in Fargo. Have a good one.